IBUS 1430, desktop publishing and presentation. Hopefully all is well with you guys. Therefore, I know you guys are having some challenges, definitely with the software, with geometrics and so forth. Just remember, you can click on the physical link within Blackboard as I go back and so forth and show you going in as a student. And when you click on going as a student, here is the InDesign right there. That's the link. Use your Savannah Tech email address and your student ID number without the 41 underscore, and then you click on sign in, and then you have your dashboard, tests, courses, books, study guide, and redeem code. You should have your code already. And here is InDesign. That's your InDesign. And each one of them comes up with flashcard, memory games, and quizzes and so forth, as you can go down and look at the information, find definitions and so forth. So here's the workbook. The workbook comes up, and this is the information that you can download. So when you download it, it's going to have 109 pages. And with 109 pages, you don't need all of them. So you can segment which ones you need going through the book. So here is the information, and it goes through your table of contents, domain 1, domain 2, domain 3, domain 4, and domain 5. So that's your information. And so as we scroll through, it gives you the introduction, and this is just giving you some best practices. Your course training model, they have a pre-assessment. Then you have some video training, because it's going to read you the information. It's not going to give you a visual. This is your workbook. Then you have some basic labs that you will have to do. And with that is interactive activity that simulates situations presented in the training video. Step-by-step instructions and live demonstrations are provided. And then you'll have a post-assessment. The post-assessment is used to determine the student's knowledge gained from interacting with the training and taking the post-assessments, and should not consult the training or other materials. The passing score is 80% or higher if the individual does not pass the post-test the first time. LearnKey recommends incorporating external resources such as your workbook, additional customized information, and so forth. Here's the workbook. The workbook has various activities such as your fill in the blank worksheet. That's what you'll be turning into me. Short answer question, practice exams, and so forth. Group and individual projects. We won't be doing group projects, and your individual projects is going to only be the actual fill in the blank information and so forth, and looking at your training videos. So make sure you go through and start reading all the information. It does say make sure you have InDesign installed on your machine. You don't need that because we won't be doing the physical projects and so forth, but you can download your workbook. Why? So when you get ready to do your questions, you can easily type them in and upload them to me, save them. Skills assessment that you just go through and answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so forth. That's just an assessment in your workbook. And then from there it gives you, hey, the domain 1, even though it says 35.17 seconds time, it may take longer. Because why? Because of the video, and you're stopping and going, video stopping and going. And when I say stopping and going, using your fill in the blank. My suggestion would be to download the workbook or download the particular assignment. Listen to your video first, and then from there you go back and listen to your video. Take your paperwork and then go through and get the answers to the questions and so forth. Domain 2, 37 minutes and 28 seconds. Domain 3, 18 minutes and 19 seconds. Domain 4 is 52 minutes and 40 seconds. And domain 5 is 13 minutes to 2. So your lesson 1, here's some fill in the blank information that is wanting you to ask. 1 through 6 is a fill in the blank. You determine your relevant content. That's 1 through 4 that you would need to fill in the blank. Communication techniques. That's your 1 through 2, and it goes all the way to G. And then your basic project management concept, and it goes all the way to 4E. And then you will have using third-party content information. Please make sure you're reading in step 4 completion. You're doing your matching. And then you will have using your third-party content again, and it goes all the way to 23, using likenesses and so forth, and that is information, true, false, and so forth, and it goes to domain 2. So that is that process. So this goes all the way to domain 5 with your workbook. But if I click on my domain 1 here, I can go and do a pre-assessment. So you do the pre-assessment. That was my pre-assessment. And then from there, I am going to watch the videos. And then it goes through your video. That's your video. So you listen through it all the way through. It would be helpful to print the information out and you can listen all the way through. And then from there, you start writing your information. So as I go, that was your 2 videos. So then I will go to fill in the blank. You can download this. Well, that was my assessment. Let's see what it said. So here you can input your answers. That's that information. But here, let me go back and I'm going to show you guys this so you have an idea. So I'll go back in and I'll go to my domain 1. Here's the fill in the blank information. Okay, then you do your fill in the blank. And that's your project 2 for your fill in the blank. But I'm going to show you other information as well too. Here's some test, fill in the blank, project 1, project 2. Fill in the blanks. Domain 1, lesson 1. Domain 1, lesson 2. Then you have an exercise lab that you will go through, which says resume. And then it says drop and drag the correct audience demographic to the gray box next to the inherited graph. So seniors is talking about there, but then it gives you a hint and it gives you the step-by-step. Drag children to the cartoon cat. Drag your elder seniors to the dentures image. Drag your teenagers to the smartphone image, and so forth. So and then professionals. And then you can submit. Lab complete. Okay, so then it's going to come up, say I'm going to go next. It says drop and drag the correct audience demographics to the gray box next to the intended graph. Okay, so your answer is correct. Okay, so we go to the next, drop and drag the correct project terms to the definition. Here's your hints. Drop and drag interaction to a cycle, to a design plan, and so forth. Okay, change the order of formal address to your project type, feedback loop, and that's what is giving you the hints to do. Drop and drag your iteration to a design plan. So iteration, and I'm finding a design plan. So I'm just doing what it says. Change your order of formal address to project scope. Okay, so Scope, change the order. Hence again, feedback loop to the feedback presentation. So feedback loop here. It's almost like guiding you to be successful. The wireframe, a guide to represent the overall look of the website. Okay, this is changing the order. Changing the order, that's number 2 here. Drop it, and then I'm placing the correct one. Okay, then I submit. Said lab is complete, and then it'll let you know if you're correct. Okay, it says your answer is correct, and then you will go to the next one. That's how your assessments goes and so forth. But the hints for your intellectual properties, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, look at them. Copyrights to grant creators to work exclusive rights and so forth. So here, so that's that information. So you will have that. So however, I can 3 of 3. Okay, so let's finish this. So the fair use document provided. So fair use document here. Okay, then it says deviate work on your creations, major accomplishment, and localized by intellectual. So let's see what we earn. Lab is complete. Next. Okay, it says you're finished. So we got all of those questions. We will go to the next. And then it talks about my score. And then you will do your assessment project. So let's look at it. It says your project. So this is your project information that comes up that you can download. This is only 9 pages. And you could physically type in and then download them, save it as a PDF, and upload them and so forth. Once you've typed the information in and so forth, or you can do your print and save as a PDF once you get all your information in there and so forth. But I would download. So here is some information to help you with some of the answers to your domain. I'm going to just scroll through every domain that I have, 1 through 5, domain 1 through 5. So it's up to you to keep the information, to use this information for your fill in the blanks, for domain 1, domain 2, domain 3, 4, and 5. I'm scrolling through, so it's up to you to look at this in its entirety. Why? To help you with some of the answers for the fill in the blanks that you will have to turn into Blackboard. To help you to get the answers for your fill in the blank for Blackboard to be saved and then uploaded and so forth. Here is the actual information. This is your learn key. This is for lesson 1. Which one? It is domain 1. Domain 1. So as I scroll through, you see your fill in the blanks for lesson 1. And I'm just scrolling through so you can slow down, speed up, and get the information. Determine the relevant content. Here is some of the information that will help you go through. That's still domain 1, communication techniques. Here's some of the information that will help you answer the questions in your domain 1, lesson 1, basic project management concept. Here's some of the information that will help you answer the questions to add to your success using third-party content. Here's some of the information of your matching that will help you with that. Lesson 1, using third-party content. Once again, constantly make sure you don't write this word for word. Make sure you put it in a summary format when it's talking about some of the answers that have full sentences. Using likeness, making sure you answer the information using your own words. If it's just a sentence and so forth, make sure you're using your own word as best and correct as possible. But I'm still saying, listen to your video, take your sheets, download them, and it will help you fill in the blank. This is for your lesson 2. We're still in domain number 1, but it's lesson 2. Fill in the blank information. Then you have publication terminology. Okay, so that's your information. It's up for you to slow the video down, speed it up. Color creation, so you can help you get this information. Multi-page layouts. This is to help you get the information to be successful. Common design techniques to help you get some of the information to be successful. Here is your common typographic adjustments and so forth to help you understand the information. Look at your video, download it, but here's some of the information to help you to be successful. Domain 2, lesson 1. You got your fill in the blanks. You got your create web, print, and mobile documents. Please make sure you read the information as well. Listen to your videos and making sure you write down the information in your own words, Therefore, you have identify and manipulate elements. That's some of your information that will help you be successful. Organize and customize your workspace information and so forth. Here's another one. Configure application preferences. That will help you. This is domain 2, and so forth. Here is the learn key for domain 2, lesson 2. Domain 2, lesson 2. You got your fill in the blanks. You have your navigation. You actually have from there rulers. You have from there, you have guides and grids that will be used in your guides and grids in your InDesign. You have views and modes for your InDesign, open and use templates. And be sure to make sure you're reading your information. Place assets and so forth. Here's your information. Set active fields and strokes. Create and customize gradients. Swatches library. You have build styles. You have InDesign, domain 3, lesson 1. Fill in the blanks, starting all over again. Use the layers panel. Best practices with layers. Working with multiple layers. Layers visibility and printability. Then you got your domain 3 and lesson 2. Fill in the blank, it starts all over again. Create pages in a document. Edit and customize pages. InDesign, we got your domain number 4. This one has 4 lessons. Lesson 1, fill in the blanks. We have create frames. We have place images. We have domain 2, lesson 2. You got fill in the blanks. You got type tools. You have character settings. You have paragraph settings. You have convert text to graph. You got manage text flow. You got special characters. You have domain number 4, which is lesson 3. You got fill in the blanks. We have selection tools. We have modify and refine sections. We have modify frames. We have rotate, flip, and transform. auto correction methods. We have reconstruct content. We have evaluate and adjust appearance. We have your story editor. Domain number 4 of 4. Fill in the blanks. We have use effects on images. We have objective styles. We have interactive elements and behaviors. We have rich media objectives, asset triggers. We have create a table, edit tables and cells. And we have our last one, domain number 5, lesson 1. Fill in the blanks. Check for errors and native file format, print and screen formats, proof copies, package and InDesign projects. And that should be able to help you be successful. And this is your glossary and so forth. That's in the beginning of your actually G-metrics that you can go through because it's the same information. And use some of those keywords to help you with the information within your fill in the blanks for domain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And therefore, if you have any questions, please remember, here's your shortcut keys for your windows. Remember, if you want to, here's the objectives and so forth. That's just an overview of information to help you be successful with some of your fill in the blank information that will be uploaded in Blackboard. But I'm quite sure you can do your pointing and clicking because it gives you hints for your InDesign. You can go through and do your pre-test because your pre-test is first to see how much you know. Go through the video. Once you go through the video, download the actual fill in the blank information, get as much information as possible that you can grasp with the videos. Look at to make sure you can do a post test on it and see if you've increased your knowledge from that. Do your assessments for each domain. But therefore, we do have virtual sessions on Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. I may have that backwards. I think it's Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then on Thursday from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. If you need a personal session, please be sure to email clewis@savannatech.edu. Be sure to notice your due dates. And we're going to go back and we will look at some of your information. This is what has opening now. Make sure that you're responding to your questions and so forth. 7 is presentations, finalization. But unit 8, that's your domain 1, working and then design. That's still open. And then the next one will be your domain 2 that will be open and so forth that you will need to complete. Let me just double check to make sure everything is opening properly. Domain number 2. Is it open? Domain number 2. Okay, so domain number 2. I'm just double checking to make sure everything is open and available on my end. 3.5. Okay, that's submit. So let me go back and make sure you guys can see the information for the learning unit number 8. Okay, but number 9, I got to make sure number 9 is showing up. Okay, domain number 9. I'm just making sure number 9 is showing up for you guys so you can start on doing that portion. Make release. Okay. 4 a.m. 3:13. And hopefully all is well. Be well and do good.